Hi friends. So, the residency is over. Well, the working in the studio part is over. I spent 2 months at Southtown Art Gallery in the gallery space. That was my studio for 2 months. I had all my shit there. We cleared it out and we hung the solo show. And this has been just about like the craziest 2 weeks of my entire life. I have been going to bed for a solid 2 weeks at like 1 a.m. every night. I have had lots to do, and kind of crazy to feel this busy. It feels good, but it also feels bad because I'm tired. I'm exhausted, and I feel a migraine coming on today because it's also raining. Anyway, so the solo show happened. Thank you so much to everybody who came. Some of you were subscribers, so that was cool to see some of your familiar faces that I've already seen before, and then new ones. Thanks for coming. That was really, really cool and very special to me. I really do appreciate that. I had lots of my family come, I had strangers come, I had lots of my friends come by. Some of my Austin friends drove all the way up. And then I had another friend drive 6 hours from East Texas. We've been friends since like Tumblr days, so like over a decade now. Come and check it out and bought art too, which was really cool. I sold 7 pieces total so far. The show is up till late April, so there's still time to buy for people to buy things, and I'm gonna do like private tours and stuff. But yeah, I sold 7 pieces total, 2 before the show. I sold to everybody that I know, which is nice. So I'll get to deliver them to people I know and hang them in people's houses that I know. One of them is also this place called Deja Vu, which is the local witch shop that my friend owns in Southtown, and so that's gonna be cool. So like when I go to the shop to get some like rocks or something, it's gonna be hanging there, and that's really exciting. I feel like I'm on the verge of tears. I really am like, I'm so over the moon with how it went. I'm gonna be riding that high for a long time. Thank you so much to Albert for picking me for the residency, and I had a blast, and I can't wait to take what I learned there, like painting big, and see where else that takes me, and see where else the art currently still up goes from here, whether it comes back to my house and gets sold later, or I maybe keep 1 or 2, or yeah. Very cool, very cool to have my first solo show. And it's funny the timing of things, that like, you know, you think something's gonna happen a lot sooner in life, and then it doesn't. And it's not meaning like it's never going to happen. It just means maybe you weren't ready for it. And I really feel like I don't think I was ready for it sooner in life. I feel like I have a lot more skills now. I have a lot more time and resources and attention to be able to put into something like that now. This is the year I turned 30, and so kind of crazy, almost divine timing. Yeah, so I had a blast. It was really awesome. It was cool hearing my family's response to it, and my friends, and even some people came over and was like, hey, other people are talking about your show across the street. And I was like, well, send them over. Yeah, it was truly just so magical. I loved it. It was great. I'll never forget that. So thanks again for all the support during this journey. If you've watched videos, said nice comments, if you bought art, if you're here for the first time, still thanks for watching this, and go back and watch the videos about the residency before, and truly I have no bad words to say about it. I learned a lot. I had a blast hanging out with Albert in the studio, and he pushed me to do things that, you know, I either hadn't done before or hadn't given myself permission to do before, like painting big. But now I'm kind of obsessed with it. So, I mean, this painting's almost done. I've been working on this for a little while now. And all I have to do is finish this border. I'm gonna make it like a checker border, and then add some wire, and she's ready to go. So I'm gonna start putting some of the residency pieces on my website for sale, and, you know, stuff like that. So after that, literally the day after, so Albert, who owns Southtown Art Gallery, who I did the residency at, is also part of this thing called South Austin Art Project, and they're doing this event this weekend in Austin called the South Austin Mural Initiative, and it's like they've hired a bunch of artists to come and do murals, and one of them was including me, which is kind of crazy. That's my very first mural, and so I recruited Max, my partner, to come help me paint it. We did everything with brush. It took us about 3 hours, which was, I did sketch and spray paint, but I think for the amount of work I did and the fact that it was all brush, I think that was pretty impressive timing, and I'm pretty proud of how it came out. The artist next to me, after I was done, messaged me on Instagram and said, hey, can I blend mine into yours a little better, and I was really appreciative of that, because I wasn't totally sure how to do that, and both of us were new muralists, and so it's cool to see them together, and it's very cool that I was part of this project and got to do that. I mean, the actual painting in the sun part kind of sucked, but that's to be expected when you paint outside, you know, especially in Texas. The weather here is kind of unpredictable sometimes, because the day before it had been like cold. I had been wearing like a jacket, and then that day it was like 85 and I was in direct sunlight, and I got only a sunburn on this arm because it was in the sky, you know, drawn, but it's good. So now I need to start putting my arm out in the car to get like the what is it, a trucker tan, to even out my arms now. Yeah, so that was really cool, and also cool that it's the same weekend. And then this week, I got invited by Ellie from Lightning Management. She manages a few musicians that I work for, and their management company is the one that manages Asleep at the Wheel. I've talked about them before, very famous Texas band. One of the reasons that Austin is like the musical capital that it is because them and Willie Nelson and a bunch of other guys sort of like built this music culture there. And so Ray Benson, the singer, it was his birthday bash. They have this big birthday bash party every year, and it's a fundraiser for this, I know the acronym is HAM, H-A-A-M, I can't remember. I think it's like Health Alliance for Austin Musicians. And so it helps Austin musicians get healthcare. And so as a thank you for for Ellie inviting me to go for free, I made a small donation. And they have people there who like gave crazy amounts of money, and that's the whole reason you get to go is because you donate some money, and then you get to have a concert for free and like free drinks and stuff. So that was cool. It was really cool to be invited to that and to go to that. Kind of like a once in a lifetime sort of thing. I know it was on like a Tuesday night, and I had to drive up to Austin on a Tuesday night, but I was not going to say no to that. So not only did we get to see Asleep at the Wheel for free, I also got to see another one of my clients, Wonder Women of Country. Their EP is out today, and I got to see them live, and they were fantastic. It's a trio of women who make country music: Kelly Willis, Brennan Lay, Melissa Carper. I've worked with Brennan Lay before, and before I worked with Wonder Women of Country and designed logos and merch and stuff. So their EP that's out today, I designed that, and that's very cool to see that out today. But after their set, Ellie, we were like, Max and I were right in the front, and Ellie came up to me and was like, hey, how are you? And then she was like, come meet the band. And she was like, only if you want to lose your spot in the front. And I was like, I don't give a shit about my spot in the front. And so we made our way to backstage, and I got to meet the Wonder Women of Country, got to meet some guy who works for Austin City Limits, and we exchanged information. And then I finally got to get a picture with Ray Benson. We talked about some of his like first edition comic books. It's pretty cool. Very larger than life character. It was very cool to get a picture with him, even if I never get to see him again. I love working with Sleep at the Wheel. Love getting to draw Ray, and it was really cool to see them live. And and get to meet them after. So not only am I riding the high from the solo show, sorry, my dogs are barking, their solo show, that concert, and shut up, the mural, but then I also got invited the next day to this thing called the Band Book Fair at Good Kind Southtown here in San Antonio, and they it's a part of this thing called the Rainbow Book Bus. It's like their tour across America. I think it's like co-owned by RuPaul, and it's basically this cute little rainbow bus, and they fill it up with books. It's kind of like the Scholastic Book Fair bus, but it's all queer and trans books or banned books, and they give them away for free. So I didn't get any videos or anything of the event, but I took a picture with the bus, and we made friends with. So actually, hold on. We were in this like room in the venue where they had me and a bunch of other like local authors have their books, and I almost sold out of books, and we made friends with one of the authors next to us, and we're gonna hang out again. It was a very cool event. Lots of people that I had known were there, and some other people that had bought my book before and brought it for me to sign came by. That was really cool. And then there was one lady who she brought her copy that she had bought at City Light Books in San Francisco, and it had the stamp in it, and that was really special to me because City Lights is one of those places whenever I was a teenager, I was I have to go there. And so when I went to San Francisco, that was one of the very first places I was we're going to this place. And so it was very special to see my book with that stamp, and then I got to sign it. And she said there was a whole end cap, and it was just all my book. And I was that's truly just so crazy to me. So crazy, the reach that my publisher has achieved of getting my book into bookstores, and it's in almost 500 libraries now, which is very, very special to me. And then this event was very special too because it was cool to meet other local authors, and then also get to talk about my book in a space that feels safe. And I didn't feel weird about saying what Queer as All Get Out is about, with a title like that. Sometimes in Texas, when people ask about it at zine shows and stuff, I get a little ooh. But, nobody questioned it. It was awesome. So that was a really fun event. And then last night, I took my brother to the McNay. He does a school assignment, and we walked around and he cataloged some art he has to write about, and I got in trouble for pointing a little too close to the art. I mean, if they want you to stay away from the art, they should put barriers a little further back, don't you think? I'm also sorry. I can't help it. I want to touch the art. I want to touch the art. Yeah, I got in trouble twice. Can't take me anywhere. And then the mural thing is this weekend, so I am exhausted. I've been going to bed so late every day, but it has been so worth it. All of this has been the product of hard work, and I cannot say that enough. Things do not just happen. Putting in the hours, putting in the work, will lead to great rewards. And I feel like this whole thing has been years in the making. Things don't just happen overnight. Remember that. Remember that even if something doesn't happen now, something doesn't happen tomorrow, something doesn't happen within the next year or 2 years, that doesn't mean it's never going to happen. I never thought I would get a solo show. I never knew how to make that happen. But then one day I just applied to a residency, and I didn't think I was even going to get that. And then it happened. And I've applied to residencies before. I've applied to group shows, solo shows before, whatever. And just because they didn't happen then doesn't mean it won't happen. And kind of glad they didn't happen before, and I'm glad this happened how it did. Because I think that was the universe telling me slow down. It'll come in time. And it did. And the way that it happened is, I think, the perfect way for me. And it's been a blast. And thankfully, I'm not gonna have basically an event every single night for a while now, so. Yeah, I have the next thing other than, you know, having vlogs working in this new studio space at home will be, I have I'm part of a juried show in April, and then I also turn 30 in April, so that's gonna be exciting. Those are the next big things for me. Otherwise, I'm painting big. I have another big canvas if you're interested in, you know, what else is next. I have some clips of me working on this. The little "keep your damn ass out" that I wrote on the bottom of this is a sign on Popcorn Sutton's last Moonshine Still. If you just go on Google, look up Popcorn Sutton documentary. If you're interested in like weird Appalachian documentaries, that might be for you. He's a funny guy. There's a TikTok audio with him. It's that like, I don't give a goddamn how long I live. You know, if you know. That's what it comes from. It's from that documentary, and I always thought the little "keep your damn ass out" that's spelt wrong was funny, and so I've been sitting on that for a while, and I'm glad I found a place to use it, because this is just a painting I've had a sketch of for a while, and I've been wanting to make it, and I'm pretty proud of it. I think the colors came out pretty awesome, and I'm excited to see it with the checker border. And then as for other paintings, like I said, I have one other big canvas, and I think I'm gonna go get a roll of canvas and make a quilt. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, like and subscribe, whatever. Thank you so much for being here. I'm beyond stoked, riding this crazy high. Appreciate you guys. Go make some art. Okay? Go make art.